but he has to do that. These pre-tribulational rapturous folks, they have to go and try to make something stick because you cannot find it anywhere in Scripture.
That's true. Yep. And what really bothers me about that position, too, is these are the same Christians who over and over again will argue with Catholics and say, we don't honor the tradition and opinions of the early church fathers because they were reeking with other heresies. I agree with that position. But then at the same time, some of these pre-trib rapture opponents will turn around and then embrace the early church fathers that they themselves had previously condemned for all of their mass heresies. It's kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Like, like there's a certain brother that has a big problem with charismatics and stuff like that. But Darby was a big charismatic. He believed in the spiritual gifts. He wasn't a cessationist, and that in fact, no, wait a minute, maybe I'm reading that wrong. Edward Irving did the Prophecy Quarterly, and that's why a bunch of these Southern Baptists like Stephen Anderson and even Pastor McMurtry, who I love, and Doc, and all these people, they'll say that this pre-trib came from this little girl's dream. But our opposition is correct on this. Darby has writings that are like 2 years prior to Mary McDonald's dream, so I don't believe that that's sticking correctly. I think that they're getting their lines crossed somewhere. But even so, just because Darby wrote something a couple of years before this little girl had a dream, it doesn't make the dispensation. I think it's unreal how, one, they can't find it in Scripture, so they have to go to a bunch of extra biblical sources, which really kills the whole point of Scripture, right? Because Scripture says out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses from Scripture. So, and you can't find one, and or they can't find one.